Hi, guys. Hello, everybody. Welcome to tonight's live. No idea if anybody's going to show up. That's okay. There may be changes coming to the channel in the next week or so, maybe. It won't affect anything. It's just going to be a change. Hi, UIO. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, so sorry about that. No, it's more than just a random name. You picked it, right? So that makes it more than just a random name, even if it was random. It's still yours, right? Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for the spinny thing. Had to post something. And by we, I mean my channel is going through some things. So it may be yeah, I know that's normally you would get a part of the live at the 1 p.m. session. I did not have time to prepare it. So I apologize for that. We are going to get started here in just a second. We are. Well, we're going to be talking about two shark species. And hopefully I can slow down. So UIO, I don't know how many lives you've been in, but the way I typically work is that I talked about it. I talked briefly about the animal. We talked about for this particular live, the Learn the Cares, we talked about the animal. We talked about why it's endangered and what's being done to save it. Sometimes they're longer, sometimes they're shorter. So let me do the little intro that I always do. Hi, this is Natureverse 4.7, and I am your host, Nature Guy X46. I love all things found in nature, from the tiniest animals to the tallest trees on the earth. And today we're going to be talking about two sharks, the basking shark and the oceanic white-tip shark. So first off, the basking shark. The basking shark is the second largest fish in the world. It is second only to the whale shark. This animal feeds on plankton. Now, plankton is composed of microscopic animals and plants. They can reach 40 feet or 12 meters in length. And these animals weigh around 10,000 pounds or 4.5 metric tons. Now, they are going to be spending a lot of time up near the surface, Part of that is because the plankton that they feed on is also close to the surface. Now, after mating, the females go through a gestation period that may last as long as 3 years. So, an incredibly long time. Basking sharks give birth to live young. They do not lay eggs. Females give birth to several live young. And believe it or not, even though they're not the largest fish in the world, they give birth to pups that are 5 to 6 feet at length or at birth, or 1.5 to 1.8 meters long. And UIO, if you have questions along the way, feel free to ask them. They may be the largest fish species that give live birth. I'm sorry, I misread that. They are the largest fish species at birth. So, out of all the fish that are out there, when they are born or when they hatch, these are the biggest. Even the whale shark do not come out this big. You're going to find these animals not living in the tropics at all. But they may pass through the tropics, potentially. They can be found in temperate latitudes in both the north and the south. And you might find them on both coasts of North America and the UK in the summer. They will move through the water with their mouths open, filtering an incredible 4,000 pounds or 1,814 metric tons of water every hour. And they can live for around 50 years. You also need to know that these are not necessarily the fastest growing animals. So with that, they are an endangered species. Unfortunately, their population trend is for further decreases. And we don't know how many mature individuals there are out there. So why are they endangered? At least this part is easy. For a few centuries, this fish was hunted for their meat, their fins, their skins, cartilage, and their liver. They would get liver oils from the livers. A single fin off this shark is worth 50,000 American dollars. I did not convert that. So we're going to see if I can. That's about 42,800 pound sterling. So, yeah. A lot of fish do, I believe. Well, I just want to be clear that as much as I know, I don't know everything. So, yes, yes, in part their livers and also their cartilage skeleton. So you combine both of those, and that's how they control it. They also are pretty much banned in fisheries throughout many, many countries. However, they are still involved in collisions with boats, and they may also become entangled in fishing equipment, just like whales. Basking sharks are protected in many countries. In 2002, basking sharks were added to the Appendix 2 of CITES, which means that it is illegal to trade in any parts of this animal. And with their gestation period being so long and the sharks growing so slow, it's going to take time to rebuild that population. So we're going to transition from the basking shark into the oceanic white tip. I'm going to forego my usual spiel. These fish can grow to be 11 feet and can live for up to 25 years. I'm going to pause for just a second and remind you that if you're enjoying the live, please give it a like. That means a lot to me. These sharks, at least within the United States, can be found along the New England coast, the Mid-Atlantic, the Pacific Islands, Southeast, and the West Coast. This is a pelagic shark. Pelagic meaning that it lives in the open ocean, and it's a fairly large shark. They can be found across the globe. They are considered to be long-lived, though I don't necessarily think of 25 years as being a long life, but what do I know? And they take a long time to reach maturity. Their dorsal fins, their pectoral fins, and their tail all have white tips. Now, it is considered to be a top predator, but they're also going to be a scavenger. So you're going to find them feeding on things like fish, squid, tuna, marlin, seabirds, other sharks, and rays. They will also take marine mammals, garbage, believe it or not, and they are considered to be one of the most dangerous sharks to humans. These sharks are known to feed on, and I don't mean any disrespect to anybody out there. Yes, it does, but that's not what we're talking about right now, okay? These sharks are known to feed on survivors of shipwrecks and plane crashes. Pretty gnarly, I know, but it's something that is a fact. This is an opportunistic feeder. So sorry if I seemed a bit cold on that. It's okay, Robo, you're fine. Now, unlike the first shark that we talked about, this one is critically endangered. And again, the trend calls for further decreases in their population And we have no idea how many mature individuals are out there because, of course, the ocean is a huge place. These guys are targets to a certain degree, meaning that people actually go out and fish for this shark. And it's caught in bycatch with commercial and non-commercial fisheries. It's known that these sharks are not always returned to the ocean and instead are kept for their fins and their meat. This animal is also very curious, and that makes them easier to catch. What's being done to save them? This was the first shark to have prohibitions put on them way back in 2013, and it was then added to CITES a little bit later. Or I'm sorry, in 2013, it was added to CITES, which means that you cannot legally add this animal into any you can't transport this animal, you can't ship this animal or its parts. It's all illegal. Then in 2018, it was added to a list that protects migratory sharks, and it needs to be protected across its entire range. For those of you that are new to my channel, one of the things I always do at the end, even though it's not the end of the live, I always tell you what is coming up for the next week. I forgot to do that earlier because if you were in live earlier, it was a bit of a mess. Each week is something different, even though I do sort of the same. I'm not doing it this week, but we are going to be doing habitat focus, salt marsh. Habitat focus is when I talk about a habitat, an ecosystem. And we talk about the plants and the animals that live there and what makes that ecosystem an ecosystem. We are also going to be talking, so there's 2 lives typically, one at 1 p.m. and one at 7 p.m. unless it's a Saturday. The salt marsh will be 1 p.m. and then at 7 p.m. we're going to be doing seagrass meadows. I don't know what GRK teeth are. You'll have to explain that to me, Ocean Water 11. That's for next Tuesday, the 27th. May 30th, we are doing rare fanged and front fanged snakes for our 1 p.m. live. And then the evening live is going to be talking about constrictors, pythons, and boas. And that will be, those are Friday's lives. Saturday's lives are going to be a zoo to do. That is where we talk about the things at the zoo. Hold on, I'll answer that. Zoo to do is when I talk about the things that you can do at a zoo for money. It might be a lion encounter where you watch the trainer train lions. It might be a rhino encounter where you get to tour the backstage area or the back of the exhibit area, as well as maybe feeding a rhino. That will be Saturday, May 31st. And then we're also going to do either another Zoo to Do from Europe, or we're going to do a exhibit focus. Probably not, though. I'm probably going to try to find a foreign zoo. So I go live Tuesdays, Fridays at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So Tuesdays and Fridays, and then Saturdays, it's 1 p.m. and 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Wow, live right now is, I hate to say it, it's dead. My moderator, Marie, is sick. She stuck through live this morning or this afternoon. So if you see her next time, give her a round of applause via YouTube. You guys want, you know what? I'm just going to give you what's coming up next week or the week after. So I've started doing subscriber only events. So June 3rd is going to be, or my June 3rd is going to be a trivia night, and it's going to be on snakes. So we do 1 through 30, and then in the evening for that day, we are also going to be doing snakes, and it's going to be 31 through 60. June 6th, we're exploring nature, and we're going to be talking about seed dispersal. And then in the evening, we're going to be talking about pollinators. June 7th, this is the Saturday, we're going to be doing springtime in nature. And then we're also going to be talking about flowers that come up in the spring and then are basically gone once summer comes, or maybe before. And those are called spring I'm going to mess it up, so I'm going to type it instead of... Oh, great white shark? That is awesome. I have one, but it's a fossilized great white. And it's not, I don't think it's very big. And at the moment, I'm not sure where I have it. Yeah, I have another collection besides the Godzillas and the animals. I have another collection on top of that. So, yeah. So, since it is not 7 o'clock yet, I only have one Godzilla, and it's the original. So, now I open it up for you guys to chat. Oh, okay. Um, these lives can be pretty short. Sometimes it'll take me the entire time to talk them out, especially if we have a lot of questions or depending upon how many interruptions. Okay, cool. I will announce the results of our little poll after live. Guys, do me a favor. If you are enjoying today's live, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. I do want to address something. Thank you. And you're welcome. I do want to address something really quick. I am not going to tell you my gender because obviously this. But for those of you that are subscribed, I am a guy. I've always been a guy. I always will be a guy. So that answers that question. And I am not going to tell you my age. Make me cool, not everybody can. Believe it or not. I'm not telling you my age, no. This is not dyed. The gray is perfectly natural. It is not dyed at all. It's not going to be dyed. So, yeah. My reason for doing that is really simple. One, I don't give out my age because internet doesn't need to know my age. And my gender, has nothing to do with my topic. I'm not going to ask anybody their gender. In fact, for that matter, when you guys come into my live, or ladies, when you come into my live, I don't ask you your age, and I don't ask you your gender. All I know about you is your screen names. Now, some people I do know where they live because they've shared that, and I've remembered it. But nobody should be asking you your age unless it's, whatever. But my recommendation is do not give out your age to anybody. I would like to see a tag next to everybody's name that just has something so that we know who's an adult and who isn't. That's why in my live, I make it a point to do my best to keep it very neutral as far as things that I think might be offensive or scary. I can't always do that. It is kind of an addiction to buy figures. I am missing several of the Gamera monsters. I am missing King Kong, Ibra, and Megalon. The others, sorry, my stomach's gurgling. The others are on the other bookshelf that I don't show. But I do have King Ghidorah, Anguirus, Mechagodzilla, Gauss, Gamera, Destroya, the Gigant from Final Wars, Godzilla, Space Godzilla, and Mogera. And then up on the top shelf, hi Spinozilla, welcome to my live. The top shelf, there's King Caesar, Gigan, one of the mecha, I think it's Kira. It's a modern Mecha Godzilla. Biollante, Mecha King Ghidorah. There's also Ultraman. And I think that's it. And then the next shelf under are it's sort of a mix of Antarctica and Australian animals. And then Ice Age, basically animals, and then Asian animals. The next shelf down, there is Yeti, Bigfoot, and a werewolf, and then it's African animals plus a dragon. The next shelf down, which you guys can't really see, has a few animals that I don't have room for on the other shelves. There's a tiger, a chimpanzee, 2 gorillas, and then dinosaurs, sea animals, European animals, and then a few sea animals on the bottom shelf, plus South America and North America animals. So, yeah. Guys, I have 2 likes and over 8 people in live. I don't like harping on it, but if you can, please give me a like. I appreciate it. Nowadays, I used to buy like $150 worth of animals at a time. Right now I can't do that. So I buy maybe 4 a year, maybe less. It's a lot less now than it used to be. The newest animals, if you were here this morning or this afternoon, I showed you the Aardvark. He is from, I believe, it's going good, Jay Pelly. I hope I pronounced your name right. This is from, I believe, Slack. There's an Oryx. He's also from Slack. don't remember if the African fish eagle is from Sleck or if it's from Papau. But then the one that I love the most, the newest animal is this guy. This is an Irish elk, and he is from Papau. I understand. I am very picky about what I get. I do have a second channel where this is all I do. I do. Give me a second to put him back up. I know that's not where he goes, but they vary in price quite a bit. Actually, oh, don't tell me they don't have it. Hold on. So, a Malaysian tapir, $13.31 on Amazon. It's okay. You're fine. Carry me through. Atro Cry 1993. Maybe in a later video. We might do some dinosaurs. I need to start doing dinosaurs. Hey, I have no idea what that even is, so I'm not going to try to say it. What the heck? So, Jind. Probably not going to remember that, but thank you. I am horrible with names. Just saying. Yeah, the Irish elk, maybe they either have it under a different name. which is entirely possible, or it's been discontinued. No, Megaloceros. Sold only to professionals. So I guess common everyday people cannot buy it. And they don't give a price. But I think I got mine on Amazon. So this guy is showing on their website sale only to professionals. I'm not sure what that means, but hi F-15 Eagle. It's a impressive figure. This one came off of Amazon, I believe. A lot of that's okay. Just fix whatever was going on and let's have a fresh start. Somebody is doing something right now in my neighborhood, and it is downright irritating. It's high pitched. So I don't know if you can't order. I have no idea. I don't know, but it is. So I don't understand. I know you can't, but trust me, they have some of Papau, or however you pronounce it, has some of the coolest figures I think out there. Um, I think that's why I've started just doing Amazon on them. Because it would take a hot minute to get this guy from France. But I think he's one of the coolest animals that I have in my, maybe not the coolest, but one of the coolest animals that I have from Ice Age animals. I also have Dunkleostis and an Ammonite up there. But who is that through? Who is that collection through? I don't know. I don't know because I don't know. So the earlier live, we almost had 1,000 views on it. We were just one person short of 1,000 views. That is a record. I don't know if it was the time or what, but that was amazing. Oh. Yeah, that's my lives usually, if we have 100 people coming in and out, we're doing good. So I am really, really happy with that. Not so happy with the issues we were having, but I will take it in a heartbeat. I don't know if it was an electric saw or what it was, but it was annoying, that's for sure. Well, we went from 9 people to 6 people. You can always watch it later. But yeah. I don't usually, well, I guess I sometimes do give out stats online on lives, but I like my new system for handling issues because now I have a record. Let me check. Why is that? That's weird. It's a bit out there, UIO, but we are going to be doing September 9th, beluga sturgeon and American paddlefish. Um, and that's, uh-oh. That is where it stops. I will be adding more things into the thing for live. I will be adding more topics into live within the next week or so. So who knows what might get added, but we have already done Hammerhead. So we've talked about the Great Hammerhead, I believe. It just depends on what strikes my interest at the moment. Sharks are big because they're all endangered, basically. Oh, we did Atlantic cod. So there's quite a few out there that we've already done. Oh, we did angel shark in April. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's the last one that we did. Um, I can only tell you the beluga sturgeon and the paddlefish will be freshwater. When it comes to videos, geesh, videos can be crazy. I think so. Well, I only have for so long. Yeah, I think I did do big mouth bass. Or largemouth bass, I should say. Nah, I'm partially organized. This would be a lot faster on my other computer. I haven't done black tip reef shark. Hi, Wesley the fisherman. I didn't see you come in. I apologize. My day is going good. I have done angel shark, and that's alive. UIO, is it just fish that you're interested in? My day. Oh wait. Hi Bubbles 123 VR. UIO. Wells Catfish. I don't have a date for it, but it's a video. There's actually two videos. One on it being an invasive species that was done this year in January, and one that was done November 4th, 2024. So it's back there a ways. My videos are either going to be pictures or my less than really good drawings. Hello, not a cool guy. Hi, Chrome Souls. Hi, Ruben. Hermit crabs as a group. All of my shark's teeth are fossils. I've done some sturgeon videos. What was I looking for? Hermit crabs. Hermit crabs as a group. February 23rd, 2025. So these are all newer videos. Yeah. I did Loggerhead. I think I've done Green Turtle too. Hey, predecessor. Mirror presents. Hello. So yeah, I've done Northern Blue Tuna. I did. Um, there may be stuff that has. I think I did stonefish. I know after Jaws came, I've done the bronze whaler shark. And I know there's more fish. I I've done basking shark too. And I'm sure there's others that are older. I think I've done yellow perch. Of course, that could be. Um, Bye, predecessor. Thanks for coming in. I'm going to be doing American paddlefish later this week or later next week. We're going to be doing most aggressive sharks in a couple weeks. Coral reefs in a couple weeks. Wild guppies, maybe. Blue marlin is set coming up in the next month or so. Pufferfish as a group. And box jellyfish venomous animals coming up in a couple weeks. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, you are welcome, UIO. Totally welcome. Anytime. Thank you. I'm glad you found it interesting. Yeah, I don't know what fish I've covered on the other channel. There's just too much stuff to remember. I'll have to post the name of the next, or I will post the name of the other channel next live. Woo! Carry me through. We just broke 1,000 views on the last live. I think it's awesome. Um, why is that? I think it's pretty cool. Is it just. Wow. Okay. We are going to be on for another 10 minutes and then I'm going to sign off. Let me just say that there was quite a bit of interruptions. But we made it through. It was an open chat, so it's a little bit disorganized to start with. But then later in the live, it got serious. Because that's when Sheldon came in. And his presence, we dived into a topic and I had people participating. So it was good. Marie is not here tonight because she is still sick. So hopefully she starts feeling better. She's on medication, so hopefully. Yeah. So anyway, that's what's going on there. Predecessor, it is good to see you. I hope the weather is treating you good. Are you back in Florida? If so, how did your visit go? She does. And I understand because I'm going to pig out once I wrap up live. That's the first order of business. Thank you for the likes, everybody. I'm glad to hear it was a good trip. Ow. You know, metal chairs are not comfortable. I had the pleasure and the joy of babysitting for Kate today. Well, that's good. But then doesn't the rain make it more humid? Although it probably cools things off. Yeah, it's been in the 50s or in the 40s even. And we may not get a warm up till this week, I think, is what they're saying. Or till next week. Hi, I am not a granddad. Hopefully, that is out of respect. Yeah, and it's May. Oh, I have no idea. No idea at all. Yeah, so we'll have one day next week when we're in the 70s. Saturday, it's supposed to be 63. She's good. 60 on Sunday. Monday is 63. Tuesday, 67. Wednesday, 62. 65 on Thursday, 71 on Friday, and 65 on Saturday. Yay. Rain Tuesday and Wednesday. 20% chance, 50% chance on Tuesday. And I might have jury duty next week. Still haven't heard anything. So I have no idea what's going on there. Oh, guys, it is time. Sheldon, we'll go another 5 minutes. Yeah, and that's how I feel, predecessor. The first one, well, I have been checking in every day. And there's still no answer. All they're telling me is that I'm qualified. Yeah. I had a friend who was supposed to serve jury duty, and he said it was like 2 weeks. Oh, I gotcha. Because you're doing every 2 hours, right? Oh no. Nope. I am going to be checking every day. Now I only check once during the day, but yeah, I haven't even got. It's a fawn carrying me through. A little baby deer. Hey, Sheldon. We have 1,000 views on the last live. So the 1 p.m. live, 1,000 views, which is crazy. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. $1,000 views. No, a lot of times my lives will dip and raise and dip and raise. This is straight. It had 14.9 watch time hours. That's going to do crazy stuff to my public watch hours. There were 503 messages put in the chat. And I have to agree, I have to say, it was a really cute, it was a really cute thumbnail too. So that has me really excited. Thank you, predecessor. Guys, we have a minute and then I gotta go, guys. I gotta eat. And no, I didn't. I was at my house when we went live. So Kay found a new favorite thing that he likes to do. He loved, they bought a trampoline for the grandkids, the great grandkids. My brother and sister-in-law did, or my sister-in-law did. He loves to get inside the trampoline. I do not go in with him. And he'll jump around. And then he has this like beach ball thing. He'll give me it. He'll plop down on the top of the trampoline. And I'll throw it at him. Boy, he laughs like you would not believe. He thinks it is the funniest thing. And guys, I need to go because I need to eat. Thanks for coming in. It's much appreciated. I am going live Tuesday, as far as I know. I will post on the community page if I'm serving jury duty or not. So if you want to have a heads up on that, that's how you can find out. And with that, guys, I'm going to go. Have a great evening. Thanks for coming. I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.